Welcome to my imperfect potato face, and if I believe a comment that was written on my Adept Cosmetics brand review, I should not wear makeup because I want I want to quote, cosmetics on an unkempt face are terrible, but I think at this point we all know that I don't fucking care for comments like that. So you might be wondering now, what? It's Friday. Where is the brand review? Because the past 3 months or so, maybe a bit more, we did those brand reviews every Friday. But to be honest, I do need a bit of a break from the brand reviews. Maybe I will do it every other week or so. They take quite a bit of work, the research, the filming, the gathering of the products. Sometimes I especially buy products for that video because I want to use more than just one thing. There are also other topics that I want to talk about. So I thought instead of a brand review today, we're doing a new, I don't know, maybe this can be a series, like the community discussion or the unpopular opinion Friday. If you have a cool name for that, let me know. But what I want to talk about in those videos is basically some facts or some behaviors in the beauty community and review them, of course, with your opinion, but also with my opinion in a very critical, but of course, very respectful way, as always. We don't want to bash people, but criticizing is not bashing and it's not offending. So if you're offended, then leave. I do have this. Okay, do you remember heated lash curlers? And when I ordered something from Look Fantastic, there was this Style Pro lash curler, and I don't know, I kind of like using it. By the way, if you want to buy stuff like that or anything of the other cool things that are on Look Fantastic, I do now have a affiliate link for Look Fantastic. So if you use that link, I will put it down in the info box. I get a small commission. For you, this is no extra money, but for me, it's like a bit into my kind of YouTube money that I can earn just from you clicking on that link and doing stuff. And beware, this is only for the Look Fantastic US website that is behind that link. Whenever I use this, I feel like I'm in an episode of Saw or whatever. Another idea for these kind of videos, before I hop into the topic of today's video, is to maybe make this like brand free. So I just do the makeup without mentioning any of the products. Today I will mention a couple, but if I don't be mad at me. It's, by the way, currently 7:30 p.m. because my husband is playing Diablo with his best friend, and usually I would film in the mornings, but since he's gaming, I was like, okay, I'm gonna film in the evening. So I set up a cozy orange light because it's still October. Is it? Yes, it's still October when you see this, because this is, I don't know what day, but the last Friday in October this will be up. And since it's so late in the evening, I do have some energy drink. So I'm not really like awake from that, but I want to imagine that this little bit of caffeine in here is making me awake. So today's topic for this first type of videos is, how do you feel about bigger creators that whine in their videos about being overwhelmed and having to do a low buy, while in the same video, maybe just 30 seconds later, they start to talk about, oh, I get this in PR, I get that in PR, and I have that in PR, and this is my PR, blah, 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 blah. I did a question sticker on Instagram and I got a lot of answers. Like, I've never gotten so many reactions to such a question sticker before, and I'm really excited to discuss these with you. I will read you all the comments that I got. I will say something about that, what is like my point of view with that. And at the end, I will tell you my personal opinion on that. If you want to participate in those videos, you should follow me on Instagram because I mostly do pull up those stickers there. And for those who don't want to follow me on Instagram or just don't have Instagram but want to participate on that, I will also try to remember putting this question in the community tab the next time here on YouTube. I also want to try today the new refer brushes. So I bought the new like limited special edition brush, whatever is so special about that. I actually didn't read it. And I also bought both sets, like the new mini and the new maxi brushes of their like bestseller brushes. No, I'm not sponsored by Refer. I wish I am. So Refer, call me. The palette that I'm going to use today is a palette that I got sent by my friend Danielle from Fedaro Beauty, and it's the Ladybug Glow Cosmetics Floresta palette. I've never heard about this brand before, but for whatever reason, I now just saw that they're sold on Monolith Shop, so it's a European like retailer that has all the indie brands. Look at the color story. It looks really good, really good. I have actually no idea what we are going to do, because besides this palette, I also want to incorporate the To Die For glitter palette from Slayfire Cosmetics, and this has some really, really interesting glitters, especially the ICU one that looks like tiny goggle eyes. Look at these shades. I have no idea how to incorporate these, but we will find a way. So the first comment is, it's annoying. On the other hand, I'd feel stressed with gobs of stuff piling up and feeling behind. I agree on that. I truly agree on this thought. Do you remember all Samantha Ravndal? Or way back then, her channel was called Badalash, and there were like 2 or 3 different creators behind that. And I think Sam is the only one left that is still doing videos like here and there, not on a regular basis, but I loved to watch her. Like, I really loved her content. And shortly before she basically stopped doing beauty YouTube, she uploaded a video why she removed herself from all the PR lists. If I can still find this, I will link it somewhere here, because this is a very eye-opening video on how intense this PR business is. And I see how that is overwhelming. The next comment is, it's legit. Disagree. I don't think it's legit, because I don't want to dig too deep into my opinion, but where is it a no-buy when you feel overwhelmed? I get this, you need a no-buy. You maybe also want to slow down because of your like finances. But if you feel overwhelmed and stuff, how does that work well with still receiving PR in that amount? I want to stress like that amount of PR. So the next 2 are connected. Eventually I kind of understand them. Sometimes I'm also overwhelmed by my collection, but then I still get some new shiny stuff as I love makeup. Agree. 100% agree on that. When I did my declutter series, so when you see this video, I am already done filming the declutter, but I have not uploaded all of the parts. You have seen so far, I think 3 or 4 parts, and there are 5 still coming. I don't know and what kind of knowledge base you have about my declutter, but as I'm filming this, I'm done with the declutter, and I feel so relieved because of that. Even though some were like only 2 or even 1 item, but I still feel good. And I understand that feeling of being overwhelmed by your own collection. Absolutely. Absolutely. The next comment is asking the real question. Is it a low buy if you're still getting a bunch of new shit? It kind of irritates me. Yes, I I do fucking agree. I do have a similar opinion on this, because this is where I think the words low buy and overwhelming and PR kind of do not match. I think it comes with the territory. They need the PR to review. I love my job and I can still complain about it. No. I'm sorry, but strongly disagree on this. Strong disagree. There is a difference between complaining about your job and being a hypocrite. I'm sorry, but okay, I kind of see how this does not work, that I can keep my opinion for myself until the end of the video. So I'm just going to mix it in as it comes. You cannot complain, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, I have to go on a low buy. But then in the next sentence, you're like, oh, I get this in PR, this in PR, this in PR, and I have this package in PR, but I have to go on a low buy. No, no. And this has nothing to do with complaining about your job. Complaining about your job would be, I feel overwhelmed by the stuff on PR that I get, so I have to change something. That is complaining. Complaining also could be like, I'm currently overwhelmed with my own time schedule. I feel stressed by my own time schedule. That is overwhelmed. And that is complaining about the job. Tell me in the comments down below, do you agree on this specific comment? Or do you disagree? What do you feel about that? I unfollow them because they clearly suffer from cognitive dissonance and need help. I could not agree more. By the way, I feel like this look is getting really wild. And so far, I have to admit that I absolutely adore the quality in this palette. Danielle, what have you done? Why are you introducing me to a new indie brand? Who allowed you this? Nobody did. Okay, so this shade goes on a bit patchy. We can still make it work. I have no idea where to add the glitter, so I still want to. Irritates the hell out of me, and also I don't even watch that anymore. See, this is what you're getting with being a hypocrite. I myself, I know that I am a hypocrite too sometimes. Like, it would be hypocrite of me to say that I'm not, because a lot of the times I'm sitting here and those "you don't need that shit" videos be like, oh, I don't buy that. Oh, easy skip. No, I don't buy that. And I end up buying this. I know that this is clown behavior, but at the same time, it's my money that I spent. And I know this might sound a bit like an excuse, but I am still in the process of building this channel. Is my goal being a full-time content creator? Maybe not. I have no fucking clue where this journey is going to end, but I don't want to waste opportunities, you know? Let's be honest, the most views you get from content with new palettes. That's this, or new makeup in general. The best video on my channel is my review of the Quints from the new Pat McGrath holiday collection. This video not only had the highest amount of views in the first 24 hours, it is still to this day my most watched video. The next one is a German comment, so let me translate that to you. If they're selective with their PR, I think it's okay. They have to do the content. And this content argument, this is now the second time that it is here. Who said that you need PR to make content? I think a lot of people have a wrong understanding of PR. PR is not a gift from a brand to a content creator so that they here, we support your channel, so here, take the free stuff that you can make content, that you can make a living out of that shit. This is for advertisement. The only reason a brand is sending out PR to a content creator is they hope that they will do PR stuff, like they will do looks with it, they will do reviews on that, so that their products are talked about. PR is not because they're good humans. PR is business. I feel like some people just have a very, very wrong view on PR. Here we have another one saying it's super annoying, and I'm actually very, very happy that most of the people are reacting like that, because with some of the comments that I got on this, I was like, okay, do I have a view that is too harsh on this topic? But thank you for proving me that you also find this annoying. So with the next comment, I actually have two different views on this. It annoys me. I know it's their job, but wow, what a job. I don't want their complaints. A lot of people still think that being a content creator is an easy job. If you ever were in a public eye, doesn't matter if it's a content creator or something else, that something has to do with publicity, then you know that this is not easy. Being a content creator is not a physical heavy job, it's a mentally heavy job. I always said that years ago, and I think I still say it today. I don't know if I want to do this full time, if I would quit my job to do only this, because the pressure that you have as content creator, always laughing, always having new content, always having new ideas, always being on trend, always being on time, always having the best edit skills, best equipment. Just thinking about this freaks me out. I think we as a society, we should stop judging the job content creator in a negative way. But what we also shouldn't do is like glorifying content creators. You know, there are just content creators that are, I don't know, they're treated like they're somewhat of an A-list celebrity. And the last part of the comment, I don't want their complaints. Yes and no, because I see when they say they feel overwhelmed, I think it's important for your audience to know that maybe there is now a change in the content because you're overwhelmed. Yeah, at the same time, it's still business, and just try to imagine the content creator job as a job in sales. In a drugstore, in a, I don't know, like supermarket. It does not matter actually. And now just imagine that scenery. Maybe you're a cashier somewhere, I don't know, at the cinema. Does not matter. And then your customers are are on your like point where you work, and they want to pay because they want to watch a movie, whatever, or they want to get popcorn, doesn't matter. And you're just standing there and be like, you know what? I'm so overwhelmed by all the movies. I'm so overwhelmed by the popcorn and nachos. I'm so overwhelmed by the Coke and Pepsi and Sprite. They would look at you and be like, okay, now give me my movie ticket and don't talk to me ever again. But why does that work in social media? There is a magic description for that: parasocial friendship. And if you don't know what a parasocial friendship is, let me explain that very quick to you. It is a friendship that is very, very one-sided. So the viewer is meant to feel as a friend, while the content creator has no idea who the fuck you are. They invite you to their lives, they invite you to take part in their lives, but at the same time, they do not take part in your life. And they only show you selected like sections of their lives. You will never get to know these fully. They, like the content creator, they decide what they are showing you. And I have to admit that I kind of lost it, and I have no idea where I wanted to go with that parasocial relationship thing. But I mentioned it now, so let's move on with the next comment. Annoyed. It's literally your job to review and use makeup, and if it isn't your job, be thankful you get PR. Very, very important comment. Sometimes I do feel that certain content creators, they lose touch with reality in the way that I can't even put my finger on who it was, but I think there are more than one. There was a content creator that I watched, and she also did these, what I also do, you know, the like new releases videos. A lot of creators do that, so does not matter who it was actually. But she was sitting there talking about, I don't know, well, Club Pop. I have no fucking clue what release it was. It doesn't matter. And she was like, yeah, I would love to review that, but if I don't get it in PR, I won't review that. And I'm like, okay, but what about your audience? Maybe your audience wants you to review that. And here is what this comment is basically talking on. When it is their job, like they make a living out of their content, then do the fucking content. If you want to change the content, that's fine. Communicate with your viewers, your customers. The viewer is a customer when you do this as a job, period. Taking PR kind of as like a granted thing gives a super unthankful, braggy bitch vibe. If I ever get the opportunity to receive PR from brands that I fucking love, I would totally, I don't know, shit in my pants and film that while I open these packages. Because PR, and I said it's a business, but coming or like being on a PR list of a brand that you love also means that the brand, they're not sending you the PR because they love you. They love your content. They love the work that you do. They like your portfolio and videos. They like your vibe and everything. And that's why they give you free stuff so you talk about them. Oh, and if you weren't aware of that, free stuff is still not free because you have to pay taxes for what you get. You have to put it down by the end of the year when you do your taxes. Doesn't matter which country you're in. It's in the States, it's in the UK, it's here in Germany. I wish more creators would be thankful for the PR that they get, because a lot of them are fake thankful in my opinion. For example, there is this certain creator who loves to mention this in a lot of videos, that this creator got taken out of the Colourpop PR list and then taken back in and then taken back out and taken back in. And every time she mentions this, it's like, oh, probably there is a code that you can use, but I'm not sure because Colourpop is always like putting me in and off of their PR. And I'm like, shut up, girl. I don't fucking care about that. First of all, please do your research. Are you on that PR list or aren't you? Are you unaffiliated or aren't you? The line between showing PR and being proud of that you get PR and bragging about PR is really, really thin. Okay, so the next 3 comments are also together. One of my biggest pet peeves is when they say they are on the low buy break about not spending much, then show us the 15 to 20 pilots, I think packets, they got in PR that month. I'm all for them getting PR, but don't brag. About being proud of yourself for not spending money, that's the part that gets me. Oh girl, I fucking agree on that. Like they praise themselves, oh, I did not spend that much money this month. And then they're like, but wait a second, I got 33 packages of PR and when I stack them all up, they're bigger than me. I'm not saying names, but if you follow that creator, you know that she does this all the fucking time. But as I said, the line between being proud that you get PR and bragging about PR is really thin. And I highly agree. Like the people who are like, oh yeah, I'm on a no buy. And by the end of the month, they're like, oh, I didn't bought, I don't know, I only spent €100 on makeup, whatever. But then they show their PR that is worth like €5,000. You cannot be proud of yourself then. I'm sorry. It does not work together in my mind. Either you're overwhelmed or you're not. Oh, and don't get me wrong. If a content creator would openly just say like, I don't want to spend money on makeup at the moment, for whatever reason, the reason is nothing we should care about as viewers. It is what it is because they say they want to cut their money they spend on makeup. But they also can say, I want to cut the money that I spend on makeup. So what I instead will do is I will live off of the PR that I get. And if there is a certain product that you would like me to review that I don't get in PR, I'm really sorry that I cannot review this for you at the moment. This is a completely different vibe than saying, oh, I need to stop spending money on makeup. Oh, look at my PR pile. Do you know what I mean? It's just a different vibe. And it kind of all connects with this comment. Totally agree with this. It's so easy to be in a low buy when you have lots of PR. Yes, and that is the next thing. I feel this myself currently. So this video, of course, is getting a bit more serious now because there is a change in content here too. I am forced, this is not my own decision, but I am forced to go on a very strict low buy. The reason behind that is quite easy. We had to ask the bank for more money because we have to do something around here and that money has to be paid back every month. So the money that I, for example, spent on makeup is now cut down drastically. I will not be able to buy every single new release. I will not be able to spend that much money on makeup than I did the month before. And for me, for example, coming back to this comment, this is very hard. This is a really hard thing to manage for myself because I don't get PR. I'm not in the position as an aspiring creator to have PR. So I myself now have to think of new video ideas that I can do with the stuff that I already have. By the way, that does not mean that I will not buy new things. For example, I said it in my You Don't Need That Shit video on Monday already. I did buy, for example, the Natasha Denona Xenon palette. I will buy by the end of November probably the new 2 Cosmic Brushes palettes that will come out. But other than that, maybe my new makeup budget will be by 100 or 150 euro. While before that, there were months where I spent like 600 euro on makeup. But I can't do that anymore because we have to reorganize our spendings. Real life is actually currently a bit more important than spending money on makeup. I wish it would not be like that because I personally wish I could keep on my spending habits, but I can't. And that is completely what I feel with this comment too. Of course it's easier when you get a bunch of PR. So for the brands who watch this is a good time to send me PR. Just kidding. No, actually not. Send me PR. So let's talk about these comments. It's from the same person again. I would be hypocrite if I judged. Big creators usually do content for followers, not for fun. If they wouldn't accept and use PR stuff, they wouldn't get it and they can't be so active anymore. I agree and disagree at the same time because there are also creators here on YouTube who are fairly successful that don't do all the PR shit, that don't even get PR, that are focusing on Project Pan, that are focusing on using what you have, using your stash, all that, reorganizing your stash, duping with your stash. Like maybe this is the type of content I will do for a period of time now. Let me just apply the inner core. Oh, that's much more blue than I expected. Okay. This eye look is, by the way, nothing as I anticipated, but that's okay for me. Okay, back to this comment. As I said, I don't think that this is an excuse that they should do. I don't think that just because you do not accept PR anymore does mean that you cannot make content. That's just not true. That's not true. It is just easier to make content with new shiny makeup. The next one is good because I have thoughts about this. I have a lot of thoughts. Oh, the hypocrisy. You creators in Europe are more audacious when it comes to budget because you cannot return used makeup. Here in the US we can, so they can create content at ease and then return the makeup. Okay, there is a lot of things to tackle on this. First of all, let's debunk the myth. We can return used makeup in Europe. It all depends on the store policy and on the laws in the country that you live in. For example, here in Germany, the store policies of Sephora, Douglas, Bräuninger, like, doesn't matter which one, they all say, yeah, you can't return used makeup. But what they actually mean is you cannot return smashed makeup, visibly used makeup. You cannot return makeup where it's clear that you used half of that shit, half of the perfume, half of the cream. In general, you can give back everything in Germany. You just sometimes need to have a reason for that. A very good reason with every retailer is, I'm not happy with the product. I'm very, very disappointed. I want to have my money back. For example, I tested a lot of Rabanne makeup and one was the glitter shot and I hated the glitter shot. I tried it, I tested it, I used it like 5 or 6 times, but then I was like, okay, I do give up. I just can't make this work. So I contacted Sephora after my return time was gone. In Germany, we have different laws and you know, Germany loves its laws. And one of that, for example, is the so-called Fernabsatzgesetz. This law basically states that with every online or like per telephone done purchase, you have 14 days right of withdrawal. And this works for like, I don't know, like electronics, makeup, clothes, shoes, doesn't matter. You can give things that you buy online back in the time frame of 14 days. When it's visible, destroyed, the shop has the right to say, yeah, we are not accepting that return stuff. But 99% of the time they do accept it. Like for example, when you live in a small village, for example, and you don't have big stores nearby like Sephora or Douglas or whatever. How the fuck should you try a foundation? You order it online, you are very careful opening it, trying the shade, and if it doesn't match, you send it back. I don't know where this myth is coming from that you are not allowed to return used makeup in the Europe. Maybe it also has a lot to do with the country, but I can only speak for Germany. Here it is allowed. But that leads me to the second part of this comment. Americans. By the way, I'm full of powder. Americans, can you please, is this true? Do people in America buy makeup, do content and give it back? If so, how disgusting are you? Are Americans like that? Are content creators like that? If any content creator that I watch is like that, I want to unfollow them, because this is useless, senseless, and stupid, wasteful behavior. There is absolutely nothing wrong with sending back a product that you don't like, that you're not satisfied about, but buying this on purpose to create content with it and then send it back. I'm sorry. First of all, I never heard of this. And if this is true, tell me who does this, because I don't want to know you anymore. This is just so disgusting. And don't come at me with, yeah, they're dribbling the system. No, they're not. They're like creating the most senseless waste ever. And I just have to do my brows very quick because I can't talk and do brows. It will look like, I don't know, weird. I'm currently using the Rare Beauty brow pencil in the shade Rich Taupe. And I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this has a slight red undertone that I truly dislike. But I want to use up the pencil because for whatever reason, when I'm done with the brows, it still kind of looks decent. So the next comment says, if anything, I feel jealous because I would like to afford that lifestyle. Oh, I agree so much. I think that's a nice topic for the next video of this. The lifestyle of your favorite influencer, like content creator. Do you feel jealous with that? Do you think they lost touch? I would think about that. That goes in that direction. I think this is a very interesting topic, especially since there is this kind of drama with Michelle Wong, where people were criticizing very, very hard on Reddit how she posted the video. Oh yeah, picking up my new Porsche. And the most of the comments were like, okay, girl, stop the bragging. Like, oh, this is toxic. I think we can discuss that. Okay, let me think of a question about this topic, like influencers being out of touch and how you feel about that. And then I will put the question up in the community tab. I think I know who that is. I watched her video yesterday. It's so annoying. Pretty sure you know who that is. Yes. I'm pretty sure you do. Praising being on a low buy while getting tons of PR is so out of touch. Yes, thank you. Thank you. This is what I mean. It is out of touch. Saying this as someone on a low buy last week, started qualifying for PR, content, change, time. Yes, and this is what I meant a couple minutes ago. You can communicate that openly and say, I have to cut my spending on makeup, but I get PR and I will use the PR to make content for you. Please don't be mad at me when I don't buy stuff that you want me to test for you. And that is a good content change time. Completely agree. Nobody will be mad about this. Question, would you be mad if your favorite content creator would do this? If they say, I have to save some money, I don't know. They don't even have to say why. They just say in the video, I have to cut my makeup spending, but I still get PR, so I will deliver you your content that you love, but with only PR, and I will not add things that I buy. When they communicate that very open to you, would you be mad about this? Is this something that is also out of touch? Do you think that's unreliable? Or do you think this is just nice that they communicate this? Tell me. I just realized I completely forgot to use cream products today. I just went straight into powder. That's when I film late night. Energy drinks are clouding up my mind. And I just looked at my desk and I was like, why have I used so less brushes today? But that explains it. Okay, so the next comment says, it's not fair. The average person is not getting free PR and content should change. Agree, yes. Here we have the same thing again. This line between being proud of PR and showing PR and using PR for your content and bragging. Is that thing? Like paper is thicker than that line. This one is good. This is really good. It seems like a problem that not accepting PR would solve. It's like asking for cake, then complaining. And to be honest, this is basically the conclusion that I wanted to wait with for the end of the video, because I fully agree on that. Let me just quickly set my face with setting spray using the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush or whatever spray, and then we will talk about this and the last comments that I still have. This is exactly what I wanted to end the video actually with. Because if you are overwhelmed by all the makeup releases and you're like, I'm on a no buy, I don't want to spend money on makeup because I'm so overwhelmed, I want to like sort myself. Another way of doing that is just, why don't these creators take themselves off of PR lists? I don't get that. Why? In general, I don't get why a creator is constantly getting PR, even from brands they just never use on their channel. For example, I use high-end and indie brands makeup. If e.l.f. would ever come to me and be like, oh, we want to send you PR, even though I actually would feel so fucking honored, it would not make sense for my channel. The only e.l.f. products that I have in my collection are currently only in the backup drawer, and it's like 3 pots of their putty primers in different finishes, and I have 3 of their Instant Brow Lift eye pencils. Everything else from e.l.f. I either decluttered in the past 2 years, or I was just never interested in trying because I'm not a drugstore girl. Taking yourself off of PR lists you're not fully invested in can also be a nice coping technique for you to reduce the overwhelming feeling. I think sometimes PR would be overwhelming, but I hate when they complain. See, it's the same. People feel left out, I think. Because this with the difference between a content creator that gets a massive amount of PR and the private person that loves to consume the content, they can feel pressured like, oh my God, if they talk about this product, I now have to buy that too. If they use that product, I now have to use that too. If they use a certain, or if they show a certain eye look with that product, I now have to buy that too. No, you don't. You don't have to. I stopped watching bigger creators for that reason. Too much whining, I could care less. I think it's interesting to see the current generation of YouTube consuming people, how they turn bigger creators their back when they just see how they visibly change their behavior. But at the same time, you have still Jaclyn Hill stans, so what am I talking about? It's annoying, and to be honest, they should have more social awareness and express themselves differently. I think a lot of creators underestimate their real influence. Yes, they do have an influence towards brands, they do have an influence towards you, because when your favorite creator is using a product, you might want to have that too. Like even I, and we're not even at 1,000 subscribers here. I'm not even at 1,000 followers on Instagram or on TikTok. Like I'm far away from that. But I already have people here on YouTube, on Instagram, not so much on TikTok because the commenting on my TikTok videos is very, very low. But the liking and following is quite high, while I get often comments on Instagram, but not so many likes, if that makes any sense. But I, myself, as a very, very small creator, I have people that message me a lot of times like, oh, you use that palette? Now I want to have that too. Someone sent me pictures. I bought that because of you. And I'm so proud of that because I just love that maybe I show you stuff or even techniques that you have never thought of. And then you are able to discover a product that you love. But at the same time, I don't want to pressure people to buy that. And I barely say run and buy this. When I say it, it's because this product truly blew my mind. So for example, the last product that did this to me was the Beauty Bay Metamorphic palette and the new Chanel highlighter in Pearly White. These two products are like, you know, we did the influencer fist bite. I totally forgot about this. I don't know why, but I should have bitten my fist when I used both of these products because they are like fist bite approved. And the last thing I want to comment is somebody did not answer through the question sticker. They wrote me a message on Instagram, so let's just read through this. So the first part is here. I'm going to talk about me and my low buy in that in seasons feel like high buy, plus my concerns with buying. I do my purchases by seasons, therefore I buy in bulk. So when I'm on a low buy and then I come home with 20 different products, I feel guilty. But then I remember it has been over a year without any blush in my collection or foundation. First of all, I want to say I understand that feeling. I understand that feeling of guilt that you can have when you buy stuff. So for example, I posted a couple of days or maybe a week ago on my Instagram that I wanted to have some recommendation for new setting sprays because this was one of the last backups that I had. I think I had one other bottle of this and then my like backup of setting sprays was gone. So I asked on Instagram for recommendations and I got recommended like the Charlotte Tilbury spray like 10 times. So I bought this one, but I actually bought like 6 other setting sprays. I felt guilty after that, but at the same time I was like, okay, I definitely use these up. So it's okay for me to bulk buy this. I get your feeling. I bulk buy brow products. I have like, I don't know, 3 or 4 brow wizzes here. I always buy them through the holiday seasons because the sets are just so good. They have such a good value that I never ever buy a brow wiz for full price. That's for starters. I do believe when being a content creator, you're limited when having a low buy or no buy due how to consumerism is in our world. You will need to be pretty creative to stay relevant in the field without purchasing anything. I think that kind of circles back to the fact, yes, the most views you will get on videos with new stuff. And I have to admit that talking just about new stuff, having new stuff, showing new stuff is the best entrance to gain followers. Yes. But when you are a big creator, you should have a base of followers that watch you not only for the new shit. They watch you because they like you. I am the same. I don't care if creators that I love to watch, if they use only the newest products. For example, I just adore Tanya B. Wells. And her makeup style is so different to mine, but I still watch her because I love her vibe, I love her opinion, and I just love to hear her talking about stuff that I would never ever buy for myself. So I still think you can stay relevant without buying the newest news. Another thing to mention is that sometimes low buy or no buy have financial issues as a purpose for the project. Receiving PR not only gives you as a content creator the opportunity to create more content, therefore grow numbers, but the opportunity to receive money. Again, this is what I just said. Communicate that openly and then I don't have a problem with that. But saying I have to go on the low buy because I'm so overwhelmed, but then bragging about your PR, this is what is wrong. I do believe we shouldn't judge someone that says they are on the no buy, low buy so hard when receiving PR. Circles back on the same thing actually. We need to understand the reason behind their decisions. I do believe nevertheless that minimalist content creators should be more selective when receiving PR or telling people they will donate, give those products to relatives, people in need, etc. after trying them. First of all, I want to thank you for your very, very thoughtful words on this. I think this was a very, very reflective way of tackling this thing, and I don't even know if you watch my videos, but thank you a lot for this. These are so many good points that you have, and I partly agree with you, but again, I partly disagree. You can stay relevant without talking about the news. You just have to use your brain a bit more and be just more creative. And now it's your turn. First of all, what do you think about this series? Should we continue discussing different views in the beauty community, different standards of the beauty community? Should we do this a permanent thing? I can totally imagine myself doing this because these actually are videos that I could also film in the morning when getting ready for work, not only on the weekends. So let me know down below, how do you feel about this format? Question number 2, what do you think about this topic? Is it kind of a weird thing that they whine about being, I need to go on the low-buy, but at the same time bragging about their whole PR? Or do you side with those people that say like, no, it's like, it's fine for me, they can do whatever they want? Or do you have a completely different view? Then let us know down below, but please be kind, be respectful. If you try to bash somebody, if you try to come at me with some of your hate comments, I will instantly block you and you can fuck off. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out all the fun links in the info box. As I said, Instagram, TikTok, where you can buy me slices of pizza. Oh, by the way, I just want to tackle that, low buy thing again. I am going on a low buy with my own personal money. That means if people are still donating through the Buy Me a Coffee link, that means you can donate money towards me. It starts at €5 and I think there's like no limit what you can donate. This money that you donate me is going on a specific makeup budget account. So that means this money that I get through the donations, this is reinvested into the channel. I do not use this money for my private fund. I use this to buy makeup. But other than that, the biggest support that you can always give me is subscribing, following, commenting, engaging, all that thing, because I love to communicate with you. And I hope you stay here, because then I'll see you in the next one.